Don't talk about what a good man is. Be one. Stop arguing with people what a good man is, or what it means to be a good man, or good person, what you should do. Set that standard. A good person isn't wasting their time arguing all day online. A good person is being a good person. 20 Stoic tips to mastering yourself, according to Emperor Marcus Aurelius. And all these teachings are from his Meditations, which was his personal diary. And this is how he mastered himself using the Stoic principles in his life. Today's episode is powered by Huel. Let's jump into the episode. Number 1, vanity is the greatest seducer of reason. When you're most convinced that your work is important, that is when you're most under its spell. Vanity is the greatest seducer of reason. Do not fall for the trap of believing what you're doing is greater than being a good person. Do not put your life on hold in pursuit of this great thing whilst ruining every other aspect of your life. It is true that vanity is the greatest seducer of reason, and Marcus Aurelius understood this. He knew the pursuit of being a good man was more noble than that of being a great man. Because being great, you can fall for the allure of the wealth and the fame and the respect, and then you lose what it means to be you. Number 2, don't lie. Emperor Marcus Aurelius said, seek the truth. Do not lie to others and do not lie to yourself. Firstly, do not lie to others. This is just good practice because it makes you become an honest person. Also a person that rather looking for the easy way out, rather than lying and seeking the easy path, you look for the correct path. You look to improvement and fixing a problem. And then don't lie to yourself, because again, lying is the easy way out. When you don't really want to work out in the morning, you don't want to get up early and do your work, you tell yourself lies, like it's too early, it's too cold, it's too wet, it's not the right day. Monday will be a better time to start. Stop lying to yourself. Number 3, do not fear death. It is the fear of death that holds us back from truly living. Emperor Marcus Aurelius said, perfection of character is to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. Do not fear death. Death is a natural part of nature, like the falling of the leaves in winter. Humans too shall fall to the ground and be turned to dust. Number 4, when offended, remember the nature of others. When you take offense at a criticism of someone else, just remember the nature of these people, what kind of people they truly are. Well, they're the kind of person that thinks it's okay to criticize people and offend people and try to hurt people. Just hold on to this fact when you're paying so much attention to the words, that they're this type of person that thinks this thing is okay. Or maybe their criticism isn't that good, isn't actually that important to you. Number 5, remember you are part of the whole. Marcus Aurelius put great emphasis on this, that we're not just us, we're part of this cosmic community. We're part of the universe, which involves other people. It means to be a good person is to be a good part of this universe. What is good for the bee is good for the hive. Don't be selfish. Remember, there's other people involved in this world. Number 6, prepare to meet with rude people. Rude people exist in this world. And if we ignore this, then we're being foolish. Because then when rude people enter our lives, we become disturbed. And we're surprised by this. Seneca said that it is unexpectedness that adds to the weight of a thing. It adds to the pain of suffering. So expect these rude people. They're just a part of nature. Rude people do rude things. Annoying people will annoy you. Birds will chirp. Dogs will bark. These are just parts of nature. Expect these things and you won't be so disturbed by these things. Number 7, be good. Be good. And the way that Marcus Aurelius describes this is that gold is gold, lilac is lilac, silver is silver, and good is good. Humans are good. That is our nature. Just as gold is gold, humans are good. And we must accept our nature, that we're good. And this is who we are. Like gold is gold, you are good. So be good. Number 8, foster calmness like the rock. Marcus Aurelius has that quote, to be like the rock that the waves crash over. It stands unmoved while the raging of the seas surround it. Foster this calmness. This is an attitude you take into your daily life. It means when people are being annoying, you're calm. When there's stress going on and there's a problem to solve, you're not the one frantically going here and there, panicking. You're calm, you're ready for it. You're the rock. And everything else is the waves crashing over you. You stand unmoved. Number 9, if it is possible for others, then it is possible for you. Marcus Aurelius says, don't tell yourself it is impossible, for other men have done this. It is not impossible. You know, I always speak of this, that your life is this block that is handed to you, and people believe, you know, I haven't got the same block as him. He's got this block that means he can be happy, he can have a balanced life, he can be successful, he can have a good family. He has this block. I have my block. Your block is your block, but you also have the tools to shape your block. You can become the person you want to become. It just takes effort and attention. If it's possible for them, then it's possible for you. We're only bound by the same limitations, that we're human. Number 10, return to yourself. Return to yourself. When you get overtaken by desires and wicked thoughts and alluring thoughts and these pursuits, just return to yourself for a moment. Find your space within yourself, that calm. Reflect on the things you're doing. Reflect on how shaken up you were, how out of touch you was of yourself. Return to yourself. Get back to that foundation. Number 11, journal. Marcus Aurelius' famous book, The Meditations, which has sold millions, thousands of years after his death. It was his personal diary. It was his journal. He just journaled every day, wrote his thoughts down. It's very important to journal. And if you don't know what to journal, your mind is so busy that you don't know what to journal, then that is exactly why you need to journal. You need to get these thoughts out of your mind and on something so you can get some clarity. Because right now it's just like a tumble dryer and it's spinning around with all these thoughts and mess going on, and it's hard to make sense of it. But you start taking things out, laying them in front of you, and you can see, you know, it's patterns, you know, it's your thoughts. And it's also really good for creativity. Number 12, accept help. Asking for help is not giving up. It is refusal to give up. You are looking for a new path. Marcus Aurelius used the analogy of the soldiers storming the castle walls. The soldier that refuses the hand over the wall gives up on the mission. The one that accepts the hand does not give up. Asking for help and accepting help is okay. It is the right thing to do. It is seeking growth. It is seeking opportunity. It is seeking answers that you don't have. It is putting your ego aside to understand that everyone out there knows something that you don't. And there's people out there that are so wise and knowledgeable in certain fields that you'll never have time to try to understand. But they are there for you to offer guidance. A quick word from our sponsor, Huel. I really like Huel. When I was writing my book, I was using Huel to power me through every single day. When I had my daily greens, when I had my meals, when I had my shakes, it stopped me from going to the shop, buying a load of rubbish, buying a load of unhealthy food, wasting loads of money. And these things do add up. Those quick journeys to the shop every day, the money adds up, the unhealthy foods add up, the wasted time adds up. So if I ever get those cravings, I grab a Huel and it fills my cravings. I feel good, it tastes delicious, it's quick and easy. And if you have any interest in the Huel products, then check the link in the description. Let's get back to the episode. Number 13, don't be distracted by the material. Marcus Aurelius, being emperor of Rome, could have been distracted by all these great things he had, like emperors before him. But from a young age, his mother taught him. Now, his mother, she was very rich. She owned a company that supplied building materials to buildings and to famous things like the Colosseum and the Pantheon. She was very rich, and she taught him from a young age to stay well clear of the habits of the rich. And he also said, be careful not to be ceasified or dyed in purple. The idea is, he's saying the rich used to wear purple robes because it was very expensive. They used to wear gold. They used to drink expensive drinks, eat expensive food. He goes on a lot to say, this is just all a facade. It's all pointless. It doesn't make you a good person. Do not be distracted by this, because if you pursue this your life over, you'll live an empty life. Number 14, be like the wrestler. Marcus Aurelius says the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, for the wrestler stands ready. The wrestler is ready for any challenge that life throws at the wrestler, and the wrestler is preparing for these challenges every single day, even when they are not there, because the best time to prepare for war, to sharpen your sword, is at times of peace. Because when the battle is going on, it's really hard to duck down and sharpen your sword and prepare and practice. It's like being a soldier in a garden or a warrior in a garden. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener at war. So every day you're preparing like a wrestler. You're preparing for the eventual day where challenges come your way, and you're ready for this. Do not wait to the day to happen to then think, I should have prepared. Number 15, prepare your tools like the doctor. Marcus Aurelius says that these philosophical doctrines are like the tools that the doctor has. They have the scalpel and all these things ready in front of them. They're looked after, and the doctor knows how to use each tool and is practiced on how to use each tool. Now you too, with these philosophical doctrines, these philosophical practices, the principles of Stoicism, and the things you learn in your life, you need to practice them, use them into your life, develop your tools, practice them daily. So then when challenges come, you have these tools at hand. You're a doctor, you have all the skill, but you also have these philosophical teachings that can help you. Number 16, accept humbly and let go easily. Accept humbly and let go easily. Number 17, question impressions. The Stoics talk about controlling your emotions and controlling your impressions. People say, this is impossible, this thing annoyed me, this thing scared me, this thing angered me. Yes, the Stoics understood this. This is natural. These things do annoy you. These things do anger you. They do scare you. But these things happen, and you can test your impression. So you can look at this thing and question what it is, how it impacts you, how you should react to this, how you should respond, how you should go about after this event. Put these things to the test. Don't just accept them as they are, then have a knee-jerk reaction that will ruin your life. Put them to the test. 18, be a mentor. Be a role model. A quote from Marcus Aurelius: if he is going wrong, teach him kindly and show him what he is fated to say. If you can't do that, blame yourself, or perhaps not even yourself. This idea of becoming the mentor, becoming the role model, the idea that Epictetus called being the purple thread. The purple thread stands out on the white toga. It really stands out. People can just look at the purple thread and go, oh, that's good. People can just look at the role model. You don't have to even say anything. You don't have to preach. They just look at that and go, oh. And you can be guidance for people. But the idea of being a role model actually helps you be more confident and relaxed in life, because you're no longer getting caught up in the small problems, difficulties in life, small little conflicts. You sat there going, how can I be the role model in this? How can I help someone in this? And it puts you a step above the noise. Number 19, don't talk about what a good man is, be one. Stop arguing with people what a good man is, or what it means to be a good man, or good person, what you should do, arguing online about this person is wrong, they're doing it wrong, this is a bad person. Just be a good person. Set the tone. Set that standard. a good person isn't wasting the time arguing all day online. A good person is being a good person. And number 20, when you take offense, check if you too are guilty of this crime. So, like, an example I like to give with this is if someone cuts you off in traffic and you get so angry and you take offense to this, just question if you too could be guilty of this same thing, cutting someone off. And you might go, well, yeah, only if it was an emergency, only if I was in a hurry. Well, this person too might be in a hurry or in an emergency. So just think about that next time something happens where it annoys you. Think, have I too done this? Or could I see myself doing this in certain circumstance? And then give them that leniency. Be strict with yourself and tolerant with others. So that is it for day 46 Stoic School with myself, William Mulligan, author of The Everyday Stoic. Hope these rules were helpful to you. And subscribe, follow, because I have, coming up next, 20 from Epictetus on mastering yourself. And I love the work of Epictetus. So I hope this is helpful and have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening.